Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Hello and good evening. Happy Monday. It's been a whirlwind of a weekend for me. Even a bit more than the weekend. It's leading up to my birthday. It's just been one beautiful thing after the other. And so I'm gonna start out tonight. Hey, my name is Chandra and welcome to tonight's broadcast. I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who has said happy birthday, who has been a part of any of my birthday festivities, just liking the birthday post and just saying happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am trusting God that I will live to see many more birthdays. But thank you for your thoughtfulness, for your love, and for your kindness. I cannot be up here long tonight, but I wanted to go live for two reasons. One in particular, I definitely am going to get my notes out so I can stay on topic and stay on schedule. I really wanted to talk about tonight. If you do not know, right? We have opened up enrollment for the Soul Care Room. Okay, we opened up enrollment last week for the Soul Care Room. We also, I'll say this and get this out the way as well. Hello, as you're coming in, we also not only opened up enrollment for the Soul Care Room, we also, when I say we, me, Jesus, my team, we also wanted to give a considerable discount for the registration, for the registration, and we did it for the day of my birthday, which was Friday, September 26th, and it was supposed to go today till midnight tonight. But over the weekend, I had people asking me, can I extend the registration at the price that it is right now? And I most certainly do not mind. If that's what it takes to get you in the room, I am going to extend. Hear me one more time. If that's what it takes to get you in the room, especially if you know that this is a room that you need to be in, I do not mind whatsoever extending the date for this particular registration price. So the Soul Care Room is open, and it's all things about the soul, the care of the soul, about inner healing, about trauma to the soul, about pain to the soul, and all things. You can click the link. I am going to actually share the link after this live. I want to keep flowing, and I'll put it in the caption. I'll put it somewhere, pin it in the comment section, where you can see the link to go into the Soul Care Room space to get more details. I did a live last week giving details about what will be a part of this particular 6-week online course. I'm excited about this. I'm so excited. So with that being said, I want to jump in and I want to talk about tonight for a few minutes. I was thinking today about all things soul care, right? That's just where God has me right now. And so I was thinking earlier today, I'm driving and thinking about the soul, the health of the soul. And I just started to ponder, just thinking, why is healing not as regular or as normal? I see y'all. Hello. Good evening, Apostle Stevenson. Good evening. I was thinking about, why is it that healing is not as regular, if you will, as pain? And when I say that, people always say, well, pain is just a part of life, or they'll say well, trauma. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't have any trauma. And we kind of go from that place and we will say it's unfortunate, but pain is a part of life. People offending you, right? Or hurting you, you getting hurt, that's a part of life. But we never say, or I don't hear it said often, that healing is a part of life. I don't hear that said often, that healing is a part of life. It almost puts you in the mindset that you expect to be broken. You expect for someone to hurt your feelings. You expect for something in life to happen. Like you almost expect that I'm not going to live too many months or too many years before I get hurt in one way or another, whether it's through relationship between me and my children, whether it's through relationship with a best friend, my father, my mother, my spouse. But there is an expectation for pain. And it is true, but also what is true is that we should be, especially as believers, we should be in a place where healing is automatic, where inner healing is automatic. The same way, here's what I love about God, that God did not leave us without an antidote or a solution for our pain. He did not leave us without a solution or an antidote for our pain. Even in scripture, I do believe that healing is mentioned more than pain. But as we walk through this life, we mention pain more than we mention healing, especially inner healing, especially when we have inner wounds and trauma and different things that happen to us in our lifetime, in our journey. But it's like, I'll give you a scenario or an example. If someone is talking to me, not really me, because healing is what I do. Healing, I'm all about healing. Like, come on, God, let's how can we get ourselves stitched up so we can move on, right? But just for the sake of the conversation, if someone comes to me, hey Jasmine, someone comes to me and they say, I feel pain or someone hurt my feelings, then the thing that I would do, not me personally, this is hypothetical, right? Just an example. Oh man, wow, that must have hurt. What did they do? And I say things that cause them to focus specifically on the pain, but then I don't route them or reroute them to the next place, which is the place of healing. It's like you talk to people and they help you to understand your pain. They help to validate your pain. They help you to rehearse, yes, your pain. But we're not often with that same vigor, with that same automatic, if you will, that automaticness, if you will. We don't talk about the healing part. We be like, girl, I'm praying for you, I'm gonna check on you tomorrow. No, now that I have expressed what my pain is, now that I have expressed that I have discovered an inner wound somewhere, the next response that should come out of the person's mouth that I am talking to, well, Jesus heals. We don't have to stay here. But oftentimes we help people stay in a place of pain because healing is not as automatic in the psyche. Healing is not as automatic in the psyche as pain is. We don't always have an expectation to be healed. And sometimes it causes us to be in pain longer than we have to be. Sometimes it causes us to be in a place of delayed healing, where healing, the process of healing could have already started. But our psyche will not allow us, or has not even fashioned us to even think about, wait a minute, healing is available. And I'm really talking to believers, right? I think that we look for healing, in our physical body. Absolutely, right? If you have any kind of, if the doctor tell you that you have any kind of diagnosis or anything like that, we automatically, hear me what I'm saying to you. Hear what I'm saying to you. Hey, Maria, hear what I'm saying to you. And you tell me if I am telling the truth. If I'm telling the truth, say true. But let me say it first. When we get a diagnosis, after we hear what's being said, my God, after we hear what's being said, the next thing we want to know is, can this be healed? When we talk about physical sickness, when we talk about physical sickness to the body, where the body needs healing, we automatically want to know, is this unto death or can we be healed? But when there is an inner wound, when there is inner trauma, we do not have that same assertiveness where we are asking the question, can we be healed? I'm gonna wait. I see a true already. I don't quite know what that is. I think I want to lean into that, and I think I want to pray into that, and ask the Lord, what is that about? But when we get a physical sickness, we automatically, I mean, it's almost instantaneous. As soon as I tell or whomever tell that they've got this diagnosis, the first thing is like, okay, can this be healed? Is this terminal? And then if they say it's terminal or that it can be healed, but especially if it's terminal, then we want to go on a fast for the healing of that person. We are, declaring healing. We go into action. Woo! We go into action, but let it be an inner wound. And we do not go into action the same way. I see you, Stephanie. We do not go into action the same way. I see you, Venicia. We don't. And so this is a part of the reason why I am doing the soul care room. This right here, because your mind has got to change to where the same way that pain is a lifestyle. And when I say pain is a lifestyle, meaning you're not going to live in this earth without having some pain. And I'm talking about inner pain. I'm talking about a broken heart. I'm talking about being wounded, but you're not going to live in this world, this fallen world, my God, and not have any pain. Okay. But just as sure as I just said that, you don't have to live in this world and get limited healing for the pain. No. We don't have to do that. I want, as automatic as pain is as automatic as inner healing is to the life, especially the life of the believer. So let me go into my notes. That's why I had to have I'll be going off on a tangent, but it'd be a good tangent. Okay. I want you to put in the chat, if you don't mind, put in the comments, healing is God's idea. That right there is enough to check and see if you got any wounds anywhere. Healing is God's idea. It's God's idea. It's God's design. It came from God. The enemy is the only one that don't want you to heal, but healing, my God, it is God's idea. It's God's idea. So we know that pain entered through the fall of man, but God immediately provided a redemptive plan that healing emotionally and even spiritually and even physically is embedded into this covenant that the Lord has with us. Healing is a part of your covenant with the Lord. Oh, Jesus. Healing is a part of your covenant with the Lord. So why is it that we are not using this part of our covenant as we should? Healing is a part of God's redemptive plan and his covenant. He bore the stripes. So now by his stripes, we are healed. He already put it in the plan because he already knew that if you live long enough, you are going to have pain, both physically and inwardly. Healing is God's idea. I really need you to get that because you've got to get to a place where you are monitoring your pain. And when I say your pain, your process, like I'm 45 and this still hurts. So what part of the covenant have I not apprehended and begin to use and walk in? What part of this covenant that God and I have? I'm a believer, but I'm 45 and I'm still broke up about something from when I was 5. So I wait a minute. It's got to be like we have a metric of sorts where it's like, even if we look at our lives in the area of, I don't know, you could be in a particular profession and you recognize that I've been in this profession and I've gotten this skill, right? But now I need to grow in this skill. I've been at this same place in my job. I've been at this same place, in this friendship. I've been at this same where we are measuring. We got metrics for different things about our lives. I think healing should be the same. Where it's like it should bother you to action. when you have been in pain or carrying a wound for an extended period of time, when you serve such a good God that added healing to your redemption. Your redemption healing is a part of that. So that's one thing, right? It's like, are we in pain? Why are you in pain still? And this is not to dummy down or invalidate or be insensitive about your inner pain. But this is to say, you don't have to carry that as long as you think. Yes, yes, you don't have to carry that. But healing is yours. Healing is yours for the asking. God designed it. I love God that he would not leave us without healing, and he knew that we would be bruised. That's a loving God. He knew we would be bruised. Thank you, Lord. I need to sit right there in that. He knew that we would incur pain. And he said, say less. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. But he said, I'm going to make healing a part of the covenant that you have with me. So you don't have to walk around and do life from pain. All right, let's keep going. So, and I said this earlier, we normalize pain, but we minimize healing. We normalize pain, but we minimize healing. We often embrace pain. We embrace trauma. We embrace offense, right? And it's like a normal occurrence in life, while treating healing as this rare, unreachable thing. Healing is not rare. Oh my God. In the comment section, please, somebody type it. Healing is not rare. We got it. It's almost like we have to rehearse it. Healing is not rare. It's not rare. It's a commonplace. Lord, please help us to make healing a commonplace in our lives. I mean, like that's a prayer point even now. Lord, help us to make inner healing a commonplace. Pain should not be the commonplace. Inner healing, my God, healing of every kind should be the commonplace. Wow. If you can accept pain, why can't you accept healing? If you can accept pain, she hurt me. I accept it. It is what it is. You know how we do. It is what it is. It hurt. I ain't even gonna lie. We do it. I ain't even gonna lie. It hurt. It hurts. You know, he hurt me. I ain't even gonna lie. It hurt. It hurt real bad, you know? Or you hurt me. That whole thing, right? But can we do the same? Can we say the same in the area of healing? Can we say the same? Can we say the same? Can we normalize healing? Can pain be temporary, and can healing be permanent? Can pain be temporary, and can healing be permanent? Can pain be just an indicator that healing is for us, that healing needs to happen, that healing is the next step? Can pain just be that healing is the next step? Woo! So pain can be a part of your story, and it is, because we all have it, right? We've all experienced it. Pain can be a part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the whole story. Ooh. If we would rehearse our testimonies of inner healing like we rehearse our pain, your pain should be a part of your story, but it shouldn't be the whole entire story. Healing should be part 2. Can somebody put that in the comment section? Healing is part 2. Healing is part 2. Yes, pain will come. Offense will come. That's part 1. Oh, but part 2 is much more important. It's much more beneficial. Part 2 is healing. Part 2 is the healing. Brandon, I love you. I love you so much. But healing is part 2. And even, I'm going to say this. I just saw Brandon's name go up the the timeline here in this live. And I really want to say that even for our men, it's like it's even worse sometimes for the men, because first of all, it's been said that we don't even think men hurt. We don't even think men hurt. So imagine how hard it is for a man to accept part two. Whew! Imagine how much we need to be praying for our men. Yes, our sons, our husbands, those that have husbands, our uncles, our male pastors. We need to be praying for our men. If we already, I see the hearts going up. If we already as believers, as women, don't embrace healing the way we embrace pain, then imagine how it is for a man. I'm going to leave that right there because that wasn't even in my notes, but Brandon kind of triggered that. It's a real thing. You already feel like, or men, you know, are supposed to, it's kind of been ingrained. You don't show that you hurt, or women act like men don't hurt, you know, and then when healing even becomes even more difficult for them to go after, for them to even say that they hurt where they need to be healed. They can hardly even confess it. And it shouldn't even be a confession. You needing healing should not be something that comes across like a confession. It should not be. The same way you need food. I'm hungry. It should be the same way with I'm hurt. I need healing. Ah! My God. That's how automatic it should be. It should not be something that we talk about rarely. It shouldn't be something that where there's a stigma on you because you're asking for healing. She always in pain. Well, then she always got to get healed then. She always has an opportunity to get healed. Come on. And some of the things that we do, we don't know that we're being used by the enemy to make it where healing is a stigma. Oh, my God. Getting healed is like a label, and not a good one at that. When someone is broken, it's almost like you're afraid to even admit that you're broken because you're going to be seen as weak. Even amongst men especially. You're going to be seen as, or people will view you, or you're afraid that people will view you as weak. It's nothing weak, oh my God, about needing to be healed. It is our birthright. It is our birthright. Healing is the birthright of not just the woman, but the man as well. I want to encourage you that healing is ongoing. It's not one time only, especially for deep wounds, especially for deep places in the soul that you have an injury. You have an injury of the soul. Oh my God. You have an injury of the soul. It's not a one and done. And I think sometimes, maybe in our church culture, sometimes it's presented as, you know, I lay hands on you, you fall out, you wake up brand new. That's not how that works. Depending upon the wound, what kind of wound, how deep the wound. Oh my God. There is a way that my children could probably wound me that just a person that I go to church with, you know, Sunday to Sunday, they can't wound me that deep. You understand what I'm saying? So there's level of wounding. There's level of wounding that takes place. So then there's levels to healing. All this is going to be in the soul care room, y'all. But there are levels of healing that take place too. And so it's not a one and done. It is a process over time. There are things that you need to do, and things that you need to experience, and things you need to release, and things you need to renounce, and things you need to declare over the course of time. And you will see over time, after you and God have partnered together to get that work done, this don't even hurt anymore when I think about it. But it does take time. I will not sit here and tell you that it's a one-time only deal. That's got to be something real surface like, what she say? Oh, girl, bye. One of those. You know what I'm saying? I might have been offended. Or you hurt me. I did. I'm so sorry. And then we move on. That's just one little level, right? But then there are depths of pain. So there are depths of healing that must take place. And so that causes for there to be a process. That process is going to be work. A lot of times we delay in the process of healing because we don't want to revisit the pain in order to get to the healing part. And I have to be honest with you that you are going to have to revisit the pain. But what you get to do is revisit that pain with God. You get to revisit that pain with God. You don't have to stay there, but you have to acknowledge the pain and then allow the healing process to start. And this is what we're going to talk about in the soul care room. And so I just want us to get, like, psychologically, just get used to and embrace healing. It is yours. It is yours. It is yours. And it is God's design. So healing doesn't happen overnight, but it's like it unfolds. It unfolds over time. Like there are layers, like peeling an onion. There are layers to this healing, especially if it's a childhood wound and you are 46. So now we got to walk all the way back. And then with God, we walk all the way up to your current age. It can be done. It can be done. It is such a loving experience. It's like you really find out just how much God loves you on the healing journey, on the healing process. So yes, you, and I don't want to go too deep into it tonight. I really want to stay on topic. But even in the healing process, there are going to be challenges where the enemy will try to set you back after you've done, quite a bit of work, right? And then here comes the enemy. And then you feel like, do I digress? Do I hold it here? Can I hold it here? I've done so much work already. We're going to, even with that, we'll show you in that room, in the soul care room, how to heal without digressing and losing your progress. Oh my God. How to heal without losing your progress. I'm going to tell you right now, the enemy wants you to stay wounded. The enemy wants you to stay a victim. I'm going to tell you right now. Because you have got to get to a place where you value your inner peace and your healing so much that you are up for the challenge of warring for your healing. Hello. All right, let me move on. Let's go to, I have quite a few more. Okay, I'm almost done here. I want to say that healing shapes your witness. I'm going to say that. This is why we can't put pain above healing. Ooh, we can't put pain above healing. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Loria. We cannot put pain above healing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a live tomorrow. I'm going to give you the indicators that you have made pain an idol. Help me out with that, Lord. Let my schedule be clear tomorrow. So I can come live tomorrow and we can discuss the indicators that will show that you have made pain an idol. Because what we tend to do and don't even know it sometimes is we can put pain above healing. Healing seems so far away, so far off, almost unattainable because the pain is so magnified. Woo, Jesus. The pain is so magnified that it seems like healing is in the distance. And so then what we do is we just keep feeding pain, and pain becomes an idol, and it makes it hard for the process of healing to even begin, because we have made our pain our story. We have made our trauma our story. And so when we have made pain an idol, and we have decided, whether we know it or not, intentionally or not, but we have decided that we are going to focus on this pain more than anything else, then it shapes your witness. You are a witness. You are a living epistle. Come on now. You are a living epistle read of men. You are a witness. When you call yourself a believer, people are looking at your life. Your life speaks with your mouth closed. The way you behave speaks for you while your mouth is closed. And so if your behaviors are that of someone that is wounded, that's your witness. If your behavior, oh my God, is of someone that is always wounded, that is always down in the dumps, that is always the victim, never the victor, you don't have no testimony of healing, God ain't done nothing since your last wound, That's your witness. And people are looking at that, and it makes it where they don't want to know your God. It makes it so they don't want to know your God. Lady Swan. These earrings came from her business. Focus, Sean. You have got to make sure, what we have to realize is that our lives speak. Our lives speak. People hear us. Ooh, I'm talking to myself. People hear us through our lives, our lifestyle. That's how people hear us. They hear what's coming out of our mouths, but then they also hear what we do, how we live, how we maneuver. Yes? And so without your mouth even being open, your wounds will be a witness to you. Your wound will be a witness to others. The same way that healing would be a witness to others. Let me tell you something. And I have a testimony for this. And I'm going to say something on a post or something in some days to come, just to bring God glory. Yes. And then to help other people. But of course, my birthday was Friday. So people have been texting, calling, putting stuff on Facebook, all the things, happy birthday, all the things. I got cards and all kinds of things. This one particular card said, I wish I had it in here. This card was a very powerful card. And it talked about how I have maneuvered through pain and how I have healed. Let me tell you something. Your life will testify of you while your mouth is shut. It's been a theme for me for this birthday season where people have said the exact same thing about me over and over again. I've watched you come through and come out on top. I've watched you come out and come through on top without being vindictive. I've watched you heal. I've watched you not say a word and walk in love. I've watched you when I know you were done wrong. Come on here. But I've watched your life and I've watched God turn things around. People are watching us. People are watching us. I've watched you walk through the pain and come out on the other side. I don't even know how you do it, but you do it every time. And you do it with such grace. And you do it with such love. People are watching. Your life is a witness. So what does your life say about you? Does your life say that you are always in pain and that you're always a victim? Or is there some way, a part of your life, when someone can say, I watched you and you made it over? And that has inspired me that if you can, I can. You've got to get healed, because if you don't, your witness is going to be that of a victim. You've got to position yourself, be very intentional that you are going to heal this year, that you are going to start the journey with God that you've been delaying and avoiding for the last however many years, because people are watching your life and you do not want them, you don't want to show them that you serve a God where healing is not a part of your redemption. You do not want people to think that you serve a God that won't come through for you and heal you where you hurt. My God. So your healing speaks of your witness, but your wounds also speak of your witness. Okay, we're almost done. I just wanted to put that there. The other thing about being healed that you don't get with pain, healing gives you the advantage. Can somebody put that in the chat? Put that in the comments. Healing gives you the advantage. That's long, but I think it's necessary. Healing gives you the advantage. When you're in pain, you do not have the advantages of someone that's healed. When you're in pain, there is a kind of crippling that has taken place in your soul, to where your mind is not thinking of one that is like one that's healed. Yes, because now again, your soul is your will, your mind, and your emotions, right? So even your emotions are being governed by that wound. That's how you're doing life. You're doing life from that wounded place, and now you don't have the advantage. Your moves, your in and out, and your moves are counseled. Your pain is counseling you. Your pain is governing you. Oh my God. Your trauma is governing your moods. Your trauma is governing whether, that's why you can't fall in love right now, because your soul has not been healed. There's a fracture. There's a break somewhere in there. And so now you're at a disadvantage for romance. Just give me a second. You're at a disadvantage now for romance. You're at a disadvantage now for sisterhood. You're at a disadvantage now. You raise your children from the wound. Not the womb, the wound, the hurt place. I've done that before. Where now your children get this wounded mother. My God. Your children get this wounded father. Woo! But when you are healed, there are so many advantages. People want to be around you when you healed. People want to be around you more when you are healed. Healing gives you the advantage. You can speak from a place of, this is what happened, but this is what is now. That's the advantage. You see from a different place when you're healed. When you're in pain, you can't, even in physical pain, you can't quite see straight. It's like, I can't see nothing for this pain, right? I can't see, when you're in pain, you're snappier, you get angered easily. But when you are healed, certain things don't even bother you. Certain things, I didn't even know you hadn't spoken to me. Because I don't even walk in that place. I don't even take that on. There is a brighter day when you are healed. I'm talking about, for God can heal you from any wound, any trauma. God, I can't, but God can heal you from any wound, any trauma. I have other notes, but I'm going to stop right here. I'm just letting you know, okay, that there was a discount on the enrollment for the soul care room. And some folks this weekend was like, can you extend? Can you extend that price, please? I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem extending that price. As a matter of fact, that is the price it's going to be until further notice. I'm going to let you know when that price is about to end, right? But it's not about the money for me. It is about you getting what you need, investing in yourself, and getting in the room. So I don't even mind. It ain't a thing. Just listen. Whatever you do, all I'm going to tell you to do is enroll. When you enroll, you can pay it all at one time, or you have the option to pay half now and half in a week or two. However you do that thing, it's set up for you to do that, to get a payment plan going. But listen to me. I just want you to be able to get into the room. I really want you to see about your soul. This is not just for you to see about your soul and to see how to maintain your healing and to see how you can make healing a lifestyle for you. But what you learn, you should be able to pass it on and help somebody else. That's what this is about. The reason I can help you, right, is because I've been helped. And this is like my baby. Inner healing is like my baby. I don't like to see people hurt and hurt unnecessarily long. It's just so unnecessary. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a wound. God, fix it. I'm like that about it. But you can enroll tonight. You can go ahead and click that link that Maria has put. She's pinned it in the comment section. We start the class, I believe it's October the 27th in Jesus' name. It's going to be is it Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday? One of those. I think it's Tuesday. But it's going to be at 7:30 nightly for those 6 weeks. You're going to learn how to do soul mapping. I'll tell you what that is. You're going to learn how to identify and find those inner wounds that are hiding within you that you may not even know is there. Yes, at some point, we're going to make way, as often as God wants to. We'll make way for inner healing itself to take place, right? Because I don't know how you can do a soul care room and God don't come in the room and heal, right? But we're not marketing healing. I just want to clear that up. And that's why it's not on the flyer. Because we don't pay for healing. Huh? Listen, we don't pay for healing. Healing is free. We don't pay for it. But I do want to teach you even the difference between your spirit and your soul. That's going to be very important to your journey. knowing the difference between your soul and your spirit. So we're going to be, when I tell you, I'm going to give you all I got in these 6 weeks. Y'all going to have homework. It's going to be so good. And God's going to come in and do what it is he wants to do. But the soul care room, the enrollment is officially open. Somebody said, please put the link in the video post when you finish because we can't click it. All right. Somebody said they can't click it. And so I'll definitely put it in the caption. And then you all share it out. Share it out. Listen, if friends going to do life together, friends should heal together. I'm going to say that again. If whoever you're doing life with, why would you get healed and these babies stay broke up, fragmented? It makes for an imbalance even in relationship. So if you got girlfriends that you hang out with, some of your besties where you can talk deep talks with, and you know that they have different traumas, and you know that they have different, even if they're not a believer, healing is not just for the believer. Hello. Okay. Yes. So yes, it is faith-based, but anybody can join the soul care room. All right, so I'm going to be intentional and go ahead. Okay, it's every Monday at 7:30. Perfect. I am going to make sure that the link is clickable in the caption, and we're going to make sure that it is clickable in the chat here. And so it is Mondays at 7:30. But let me say this. Let me say this to you. Let me say this. These sessions are going to be recorded, okay? They'll be recorded. And you will have a limited time in order to listen to the recordings and do your homework and all the things, right? Before we make the recording no longer available so we can move to the next track. Does that make sense? So we can move to the next week. This is 6 weeks. I'm excited. We're going to get healed and make the devil a liar up in here. And so y'all pray for me and pray for yourselves. If you're going to join this room, even if you're not going to join the room, but just be prayerful about this, because this is not something that the enemy will want to go on. He benefits when we're wounded. The enemy benefits when the believer is wounded and hemorrhaging. Okay? So we're going to be prayerful. We're going to fast leading up to the soul care room. We're going to do all the things together. So that's my time. That's what I got for tonight. And if you have any questions, you can definitely, no, I don't want to say message me. Maria, can you please put the soul care room email address in the chat? That's all of your soul care questions. Please use that email. Do not message me, because I'm going to use the next couple of days to try to catch up on all the messages for my birthday. So please, I don't want them to get lost in the messages. Okay. So please, I believe it's the soulcareroom@gmail.com. I believe that's what it is. I think so. That's going to be in the chat as well, but use that email. Okay. Please don't message me. Any questions, anything you need, any whatever, just use that email, okay? Or you can even put your questions in this chat, in the comments here, and we'll go back and we'll look at the comments and we'll answer accordingly, all right? So let's make healing a habit. Soul Care Room 2025. I'll see y'all there, all righty? See you tomorrow. The indicators that you have made pain an idol. I can't wait. All right. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.